Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in last video we saw how you can install VS Code Anaconda and how you can use Google Colab. So in this video we will learn basics of Python, but we will before build any machine learning models we have to master our engine, so that is Python. But we are not going to learn Python like high school computer science. We are going to learn in data engineer. So in the real world, 80% of the time we build machine learning model or machine learning pipelines, we need to clean our data. So like if you have CSV file that is contain integers or numbers, when you import, so it will be imported as a text or a string. If we give that data to the neural network model or any machine learning model, so it will break your system or crash your system. So in this video, we will learn. You can see we will learn how you can use the print for printing anything in the console, and how you can memory allocation, and how we can give the name of the variables, data types, type conversion, and how to and false bar. So first we will see the print and comments. So the print function is how your program communicates its result. Comments we use hash and argue document your logic for other engineers. Like if you are written any logic and if you want to document that, you need to add the comments. So the protocol is in modern Python we are use app string, like formatted string, to dynamically inject variable directly into our text, so that will show you by example. So it is faster, cleaner, and absolute industry standard. So now first I will show you how you can use the. So this is you are seeing hash. So this is single line comment. So the program interprets completely and ignores the line. If you written any string, so it will not interpret that line. It is simply ignored. But this is to for documentation. See here, this line is used for documentation. The Python interpret completely ignore this line. Second, we are using three cores for the multi-line doc you can see multi-line commands. So this is, you can see, this is a multi-line doc string. Senior engineer puts these at the top of their files to explain exactly what the script is supposed to do. We are create multiple files for Python, and we create functions also. So we use multi-line comments to explain what that file or what that function is doing. So this we put in the first line. Next, standard print. So this is how we print hello machine learning code. So if we run this, so it will be use like it will print that. So I will show you how you can print that. So if I run this cell, ignore the other, I'm using here one the next other output also print statement. So if you run this one, you will see both the hello print learning hello machine learning works. So, and next, if you forget any parenthesis for this one, it will not work. It will throw error, syntax error. Noticing the parenthesis was never closed. We are in cell 9 and line number 10. So you can see the number of cells. This one is 9 and it is showing 10 lines. So from here we need to count, so it will be 10 lines. Next, how we use the f string that I was showing, f string or formatted string we call. So like we created variables, model name, accuracy. So we are using print statement. So here we need to use f, and after that we need to use double quotes, and we are using any variables there, we need to use the curly braces here. So you can see here f double quotes, our model name, model achieved, again parentheses and accuracy, and this will print like this. our random forest model. You can see the model name what was random forest and achieved 98.5% accuracy on the test data. And how you will get the syntax error that I already showed you if you miss the opening and closing parenthesis. So a syntax error means you broke the fundamental grammar of the Python. And uncomment the line, so you will see the close. So what is that? That is missing the closing parenthesis. So if I uncomment this one, click enter, say incomplete input. The same thing that I was saying. Next, we have variables and naming convention. So variable is not a box holding a value, it's a name tag pointing to the specific address in computer RAM. And industry standard for PEP8 in Python, we strictly use snake case, like all lowercase were separated by the underscores that I was using above for the model name. So model underscore name, this is called the camel case. And there is a other cases also like camel case. The first character is small and the next word first character is the capital, that is called camel case. You can see the easy and that is reserved for JavaScript and CSS. Mostly this camel case we use in JavaScript or C++. So here you can see here we are using a student test score. Here also we are using snake case underscore to separate each word, and learning rate also here we are using snake case. You can see here 9500. So if I run this one, so this here again we are using app string. So if I execute this one, you can see the student scored 95 with the learning rate of 0.001. So here you can see the student score. We are passing the curly braces. Here we are using app string. So how error we are we can get here. So if we are putting naming the any number, so here I am putting first and place underscore winner John. So it will throw the error. Why? Because we cannot use any numbers before the name. If I use the same in the last, in the end of the line, like this, so it will work. But in the starting, we cannot use any numbers and special characters. So I think at the rate we can use. Yeah, this is also we cannot use. So we cannot use any special character or numbers here. In the end, we can use. You can use 1, 2, 3 any decimal here. Decimal or integer, I'm saying decimal. Second rule is you cannot use Python's reserved keyword. So you can see here like class, def, if, true. These are the reserved word. So these you cannot use inside the Python. So you can see if I try to here, we are using class here. If I uncomment this one and if I run this one, so you will get the invalid syntax. If we same for true, it's still same. Cannot assign to true. So there is a number of keywords, reserved keyword in the Python that you can use. Next, we are having primitive data types. So I was thinking displaying something. So I will check here if it will work or not. Okay, we'll see later. So this first, the primitive data type. So Python is dynamically typed. So what it means, like dynamically typed. So we can assign anything to the variables. Like if I have variable a here, if I have variable a, if I assign here 1 and if I enter print a, and you can check here type also. If I give here type, you can see I'm seeing the value 1 and I'm seeing the type int. And same here, if I pass the string here, so you can see I added a string strek, printing the string, and the type is now the str. If I add 3.4, so you can see the type is float. So that's what means dynamically typed. So you don't have to explicitly tell the CP what type of data you are creating. It's infers at runtime. So however, we must constantly audit our data using the type function to ensure our ML pipelines are receiving the correct format. So we have the core data types here: int for whole numbers, float for decimal, consumer GPU memory, string, text string, boolean, true or false. Remember, for boolean you need to keep as a true or false, like capital T and capital F. If I give here like true, so it will the error true is not defined. But if we use capital T, so you can see it is printing true and the value is bool. Same we are having complex numbers. One is first is real and after that imaginary numbers. So this is for quantum ML. So if I give here like 5 plus 7. So here you can see here 5 plus 7j, and you can check that what is the type is complex. And here if I print a dot real, it will print 5. So you can for imaginary also. And none type represents the intentional absence of the value, like if we are not entering any value over here. So here is like I'm using snack test for the variables their general size 32. So it is int type, a dropout 0.5, float, data set path. So data.cs is a string. Is training true or false. Keep in remember that for true and false, capital T we need to use and capital F we need to use for first. Same quantum state, like we are using complex number here and missing sensor data. So here we are adding none because we don't have any data for that yet. So these are the, here we are printing type of the batch, drop rate, and data path, and missing sensor data. So you remember these, you don't have to explicitly tell the Python like this is the data type for this one, like we do in our programming language like Java and C. Like we need to tell int and after that variable name, like this. We don't have to tell here like this. Okay. Next, you cannot perform math between the unsupported types. So like we will see the operations, and here we can perform adding, addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division on the operator. So here it is saying like we cannot perform math between unsupported types like adding text to a number. So here you can see it's, I will uncomment this line. So you can see can only concatenate the string str, not end to str. So you cannot do this. So expected. So what is, you can see. So how it will work? So you have to change this also string. So it will work. And if you are giving integer plus integer, that it will also work. Next, we are having type conversion or typecasting. So in the real world dataset are messy and CSV file import column of housing price as a text. So like if we are having house, we are working on housing price prediction project. So there, if we import data, our data set, so there we import like the price, housing price. So that will be imported as a text string. So instead of int. So neural network will fail, so we need to fix this using the casting. So implicit conversion. So Python automatically upgrade data shapely. Like if we are having int plus float, we are doing this addition on the int and float, it will do the float. And explicit like type conversion, we need to use the functions like int, float, or str. So here example of the implicit conversion. Here integer value we are having like enter underscore val. Remember that here we are using snack case only in Python, and float underscore val 2.5. So we add this one like integer underscore and this one. So the here again remember that we are having f string. So implicit result curly braces result type automatically upgraded to the type, and here we are printing type. So if I run this code, you can see the implicit result. This is the value, the addition here we are adding, and type upgraded to class float. So if you use the type function, that will return the type of the any variable that you are passing. So what is the explicit conversion or typecasting? So a web scraper pulls a housing price, but it arrives at a string of the text. So like this is the housing price we are having as a string. So how we can convert this as integer? So you can see we are having int, float, and str to convert the variables. So here we are using new price, housing price. Here you can see int, and we are passing the housing price. So here and after that converting that, we are adding 10,000 in that, and after that we are adding like printing the price. So you can see this is the 4,60,000. So here you can see the slash n. This is used for new line. Okay. So value error, how you will get the value error? So you can only casting strings that actually contain the clean number, not the alphanumeric number. So here you can see the dirty data type variable, what it is contain 450k. So we are having k in the end. So if we try to convert this one, so we will get the error. So if I run this one, so you can see that data type, it is highlighting int and dirty underscore data, and it is saying invalid literal for int with the base 10 and 450. If I remove the k from here, so what it will do, it will work perfectly. Next, we are having how like true and false work. Okay, so this true means we are having 1 and false means 0. So if you do true plus true here, so it will return 2, and if you do false minus true, so it will be minus 1. Similarly, if we multiply 2 with 100, so it will be 100. So like prediction, we are having true, false, true, true, and false. So what is the correct count? Sum prediction. So it is, if I run this one, you can see here AI, the AI got 3 prediction correct out of 5. So what is 3? This is true. So how it is doing? It's just simply we are using some function and we are passing prediction. So what it is doing? It is adding all these. So like 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 1 plus 0. So it is 3. And here what it is doing? We are using length function to get the length of the array. So these will go in the details in the later videos. So just remember, we use length function to get the length, and here we are using sum function to get the sum of the array. And again here we are using f string. So how we will get what is the zero division by error? So if we divide any number by 0, so it will get. So same here, if you divide true by false, so it will be same. So true is 1 and 0 is, false is 0. So if I run this code, so you can see division by 0. So in this video, this much we are completed. Next video will continue our Python basics of Python. So please like the video and subscribe. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comment section. So this notebook also I will be posting in the GitHub. So I will add the GitHub link in the subscription. Please share the video. Thank you.